Well, welcome everybody to our Monday coaching call. It's nice to see everyone. We are still continuing with our March step challenge, which is 7,000 steps per day. Maybe some of you guys have some individual step count right now that you're trying to work towards, and then eventually get to that 7,000 steps. We're going to kind of continue to talk about that challenge, how everything is going, kind of some wins that we're experiencing over the past week, maybe some difficulties, things like that. We'll kind of talk about future challenges too, like where we want to go from here. Do we want to keep doing the 7,000 steps? Do we want to kind of just add on to it? Do we want to do something totally different for the next month? Or another option is to keep the step challenge going on for another month too as well. So we'll talk about that. And I always mention this, but this is your guys' hour. So any questions, any comments, anything like that, feel free to unmute and ask at any point, or throw it in the chat too as well. I'll be keeping a look on that chat for us. All right. Well, let's start it off. How is our step challenge going for everybody? Yay, nay. So where are we at?
Yeah, Linda's really rocking it these days. She's hitting 8,000 steps easily.
There we go.
I mean, I have to, if I don't do something weighty in the morning, like a cardio class, or I get my little bum outside and loop the neighborhood a few times, I'm in trouble. So that I figured out, if I don't have a decent amount by lunch, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's worked out. And the 2 days that I suspected I wouldn't get it, I didn't. There were car trips and stuff, but my goal was 5 days this past week. But
yes, that's right. You're working up each week, correct?
So this week it's 6, which feels more daunting. There's less slack, less time to.
Yeah. And are you doing one class online in the morning, Linda, or do you do more than one?
Sometimes I do 2. Sometimes I can do a cardio and a power moves. Today I only did a cardio. But I don't get that much in power steps. It's not very many steps at all.
Yeah.
I'm really curious if there's something about how what's the best way for people with Parkinson's to count steps and all, because I have an Oura ring. I think I mentioned this, the iWatch, and my cell phone. And if
you said they all are different, right?
Yeah, but like hugely different if it's on my arm or hand. And even though it's my left side, which is my least affected side, my right side's more affected. That's the arm that doesn't usually swing. And so I'm out there really trying hard to swing, 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 swing. And it can be hundreds of steps. And by the end of the night, when I'm ready, it could be more than 1,000 steps off. So I wonder if anybody who's counting, if they're counting with their hand or their arm, if they're actually doing more steps than if they counted in their pocket. And sometimes I try to bring, 2 of them along to see, is it true or not? So
yeah, almost like that's what we hear in person as well too. Anytime that people wear their Apple Watch on their wrist, even if it's their non-affected side too, they notice a big difference. We look at it. They have never been calculating their steps, or they haven't really been checking. And then now with the step challenge, they're interested. And we looked at somebody's the other day, and it was like something like 800 steps. And we're like, there is no, like, you are doing more than that. It was something so small. And we know that person for so many years. We were like, this is not right. So we advised her to put it in her pocket. And it's already, gone way up. So I think that is a very common thing for sure. But yeah, it is interesting when it's not on that affected side, because obviously like that arm swing, kind of just general rigidity. I think maybe just stiffness of that wrist, like it's not like flexing or extending as much and really moving. I'm not quite sure exactly what would be the reasoning, other than kind of there's the general rigidity that some people with Parkinson's can experience. Because if you put it like in your pocket, is it different, Linda?
Oh, by a lot.
Yeah.
By a lot. So I'm wondering, all of my friends here, if they are not measuring it in their pocket, they're probably doing a lot more than they think they're doing.
Yeah. Has anyone
Um,
else here on the coaching call experienced that?
No, I don't. I haven't put mine in my pocket. I just wear it.
Okay. Always on there. Okay.
I never
And
thought about.
you don't track it with anything else, like any other device, just with the Apple Watch.
Yeah, just with the
Okay.
watch.
Bobby, Billy, do you have a iPhone?
I do.
I'd be curious if anybody else tries that and see what they get, because I think mine came with the pedometer as part of the health thing. If not, it's a free download and to compare it because I think it's going to be a big difference.
Because I was going to say, how are you tracking it on your phone? Because I don't have a pedometer on my phone, so it's
Uh,
another app to download.
I'm guessing.
Mm.
So
There's an app
see
with a
my little
heart.
green
Yeah.
guy? Is that what you have, Gail?
No, I have the one that is underneath the green guy, the little heart.
The health
Okay.
app, right? It's like white with like a pink heart. Gail, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So see, this is what it looks like, and it does the whole week for me. I'll look it
Yeah.
up and see if I can find what app it is. But I really like it.
Billy, is that the app that you're using, the health app, the white one with the pink heart on it?
Are you asking me or Gail?
Billy. Sorry.
Me? I'm not using one on my phone.
Oh, okay.
The only one I'm using,
You're just reading it off of your Apple Watch then?
yeah. So I'm trying to find the one that Linda's talking about, and I'm not
Here it is.
That one's a separate app. What is it called? Pedometer?
down
Yeah,
there. I don't have that one.
PEDOMETER plus counts steps, track walks, etc. Health and fitness. Is it backwards to you or is it forwards?
No, it's forwards.
It's forward. So pedometer plus plus, I think is what it says right there. It's a green walking. And then Gail, what are you showing there on yours?
The little white square with the little heart on it.
Mhm.
And that's called health.
Yeah,
That was on my phone.
Yes, all iPhones should have that. When you purchase it, it should already be downloaded unless you've accidentally deleted it. But that one comes included. Whereas the app Linda showing the green pedometer plus plus is one that you have to go on the App Store. But it is free, correct, Linda?
Yes. So let's see. The Apple, the one that you use, Gail, says right now I have 7,922 steps. My green pedometer app says, 7,922.
Well, see, I was just going to say my watch and the heart one that says health, like Gail's using, the same amount of steps.
Okay.
The
There
hard
we
thing
go.
for
And
me-
you're always wearing the Apple Watch on your wrist, Billy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then, yeah, it seems like yours is pretty correct. Spot on.
Yeah, the hard thing is for me to remember to always, if I'm running somewhere, going up and down steps or running outside to keep shoving my phone in my pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt everybody. I just wanted to say happy Easter. I've got to go. I've got an appointment.
Oh,
Okay.
for you too.
Thanks,
Happy
Barbara.
Happy Easter.
Easter.
Yeah, so I would, as far as the step challenge, I would like to continue to do it a little bit longer because the weather's now finally getting to where I
Yeah.
can get outside without being blown into the next county or, having to eat dirt. But so I'd like to continue a little bit and see if I can get my numbers up some because I can make myself get out and go walk. So.
Yeah, I hope I'm always doing it. I hope I just didn't start it for a month, but
Yeah, I'd like to just, just make it to where that's just part of my world as I try to get as many steps in as I can.
Yeah.
Keeps me from sitting so much. Got to get up and move. I'm
Right.
bad about that. If I get stiff and sore and I just sit down, I want to sit there for a little bit and chill out. And then the next thing you know, it's like, oh crap, I've been sitting here 45 minutes. I need to get up and move. It's, so anyway, personal challenge.
Hey, hey, Billy. Your watch and the phone said this exact same number, right?
Right.
I bet the watch is telling the phone
Oh,
um
right.
how
You're pretty
many.
much, yeah.
Yeah. So excuse me. Um I think it would be good if you'd put your watch in your pocket, in your front pocket for your during your treadmill time to see if it gives you more steps.
Okay.
That's right, Gail, because her phone is tracking, her watch is tracking and probably telling her phone because they talk to each other, I think.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
That's right. I didn't think of that, where mine wouldn't tell because it's not connected.
Yeah. So, okay, I was going to take a walk here in a little bit, so I'll just take the watch off and put it in my pocket and how am I going to test that to know if I'm getting more steps?
Well,
I guess I'll
Um,
just know, won't I? Because it'll be like, oh, I did this yesterday and I didn't get these many steps. I'll just do
I
it
would
for
say, Billy, for today, keep the Apple Watch on your wrist, see how much your total is. And then for tomorrow, when you do the step challenge, do the whole day with the Apple Watch in your pocket. And
okay.
if you generally did the same amount of workouts, like let's say you did 2 online classes today, do 2 online tomorrow. Obviously if it works with your schedule, or if you can do it on a different day, try to stay with like the same amount of walking. Maybe you walked for 45 minutes yesterday, do that for the next day and see if there's a very big difference. That would
Okay.
kind of be the closest where you could get that comparison.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Thanks, ladies, for being
I,
so clever and checking that and catching
I,
that.
I said mine was the same, right?
Yes,
yeah,
the
you said
pedometer app.
one.
But guess
And
what? I wasn't wearing my Apple Watch today. So my two apps must be talking to each other.
Uh,
So then what happens if you throw the Apple Watch on top of it? Maybe that's how you're getting all those extra points.
I just add them all together, Jan.
I just don't
No.
know if pedometer plus plus app like links their stuff.
See, I'm trying to think
To
if
the-
it asked me because
Yeah.
consistently every day that I wear my Apple Watch and I have my phone in my pocket, it's significantly less on my Apple Watch. So I just assumed it was something to do with my arm swing.
mm, yeah.
Does anybody have stiffness in their hips after they've been on the treadmill from walking? Because you're walking at a faster pace on the treadmill than you are when you're walking outside, even though I try to put music on and all that to kind of help you pep up a little bit. But
My knees feel tight after being on the treadmill.
my hips just get stiff, and so I have to make myself keep moving, keep things limber. I just wondered if anybody else had that. I feel like I need like the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. If I could just have that little oil can, rant, rant, so I could move better.
Do you experience that stiffness, Billy, if you're going out on a walk outside?
Not as bad as if I'm on the treadmill, because on the treadmill, you're you've got speed 2 and speed 1, and then you've got the incline for the hills.
Yeah. There's just
Even
a
though
little
the
more
walking out here is not
load.
level, but
Today was especially nasty.
Yeah, that hill in the middle.
Hey, it wasn't
An
me. It was
8-minute
Alex.
hill and was it a 6-minute speed too? 5-minute speed too?
5 minutes
Oh, yes.
speed
I
too.
know that. Good interval.
Oh,
Oh,
I was sick today too after the class.
Yeah.
yeah.
well, doesn't Alex usually do Monday classes?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah, she's the one that did that to us. Yep.
I'll have to remember to avoid that one when
Well,
I
and it's
physically
bonus
go.
week, and it's a bonus week. So why not? Let's just throw in a 6-minute hill in there.
Oh,
I
It's a
struggle
good thing.
though.
Don't get me wrong. It's a good thing.
Right. But I struggle with talking to myself because I'm talking not the right way. I'm going, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I just need to keep going. I just need to keep going. One more step, one more step. Where it would probably be more beneficial if I do. I'm doing great. I haven't passed out.
Linda, you look like you were really going this morning from what I saw.
I wasn't.
It looked, tricked me.
I only got to like 3.5 or something. It was, if I'm really doing speed too, I usually do like 3.7 or 3.8, but it was Monday and I was like, I don't know if I've got this or not.
No, I was doing like 3.1, 3.2,
It was,
2.9 for the hill, and
yeah, no, it was hard.
so I was looking on. I've been I've kept records for 4 years of these treadmills, and I'm like, look at some of these in the beginning, 3.7, 4.0, and look where you're stuck now on 2.9 and 3.1, maybe 3.2, and it's like, okay, we're gonna have to work on that maybe and challenge yourself some more. Or is it just because it was the early days of the diagnosis and you're
Mhm.
freer or have more,
More righteous anger.
yeah, well, are you just have more movement? I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, it could be. And I know you were kind of dealing with some of that hip pain too for a bit, Billy. And
Yeah,
that was slowing you down as well. So kind of just different factors can obviously contribute to that. But were you doing classes every day when you first started and multiple classes per day?
me? Yeah, and
Yes.
I still continue to do multiple
Okay.
classes per day. That
Yeah.
hasn't changed, but I've
Yeah,
just
that's
noticed that when I recorded on the treadmill that
yeah.
my speed 1 and speed 2s are not the same. They're lower than what they used to be. And I think it's just because, for one thing, I had that muscle thing in the middle of
Yeah.
my buttocks, and now you get stiff in the hips, and so it's like, man, I need to work on that and do so. That's what I'm thinking. Well, I need to keep this step challenge up and get outside and walk some more and keep myself limber.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah,
So
definitely. And it is common to experience some stiffness. Sometimes some muscle soreness too after the treadmill, just because it is increased load or like increased demand on your joints. Some people, because they've had past surgeries, like especially knee surgeries or any like hip replacement, some people can't even do the treadmill anymore just because it's too demanding on their joints. So just walking outside is a lot more comfortable. So that can kind of be to Billy that trying to get a little bit more walks outside might be a little bit more beneficial. So I mean, you can obviously still do your cardio class for your 40-ish minutes and then do the rest of your walking outside.
But
Obviously, if the weather is nice.
are you, so I've never tracked how, every once in a while I'll check how high my heart rate is, but I've never checked, is it sustained for whatever amount of time it needs to be? But you've done that, Billy, right? Or do you still?
right, yeah, and I still check that heart rate. I've got it. In fact, the new one that Claire has on the calculators on the sheet, I've got those printed off now.
But are you getting it at 2.9 and 3.1?
Getting my heart rate up.
Yep.
Yes.
Well,
Mhm.
see, that to me, does that matter then? That doesn't, the number wouldn't matter if your heart rate's going up, I would think.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Like today, even though my fastest speed was like 3.2 for speed 2 and 2.9 for speed 1, I still kept it in the 80%. Not
Wow.
80%, but I was able to get it to 80%.
Mhm.
So, and to me, that's a win, right? Am I
That
Oh,
looking at
is.
it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I stay in the 70 and 80 percentiles. So I didn't make it to 90 today. I got close, but I didn't make it. But anyway,
That's awesome, Billy.
so I don't know if this is the right group for me to ask this question or not, because I know this is our coaching call, but I heard someone on Instagram today who she's got Parkinson's, young onset Parkinson's, and she was talking about this honeymoon period, that they call it. Has anybody heard that too?
First
Like
10
your
years.
first years, it could for you it could be 2 years, it could be 4 years, it could be 10 years, before you start noticing some changes. But like, where your meds are kicking in, like if you're saying you're on 3 doses a day, you're able to keep that baseline and protect that on your dosage. And I mean, you listen to that and it's like, okay, I get it. And I realize the first few years are going to be different, because it's, the dopamine that you're taking is sufficient for the exercise that you need to do, right? And then sometimes you have to increase it. But part of me wants to say, click, I don't want to listen to that, you know? So, no wisdom from those y'all that have been on this journey longer than me.
Do you feel you're still in the honeymoon?
I guess. I think
How
so.
long? How long, Billy, have you been diagnosed?
4 years.
Okay.
And I still take medicine 3 times a day. And I did increase it from 1 tablet to 1.5 tablets, just so that I don't want to deplete my dopamine when I'm doing the hard workouts, because most days it's one right after the other one, right? It's cardio, then power moves, or boxing and then power moves or whatever. And then walking later in the day, trying to get more, to keep moving. So,
Well, I think my honeymoon is just over. But I've been 18 years, and I was really lucky for the first while. But now I've gone from taking seven cinnamon a day to 13, and I'm really noticing the down times. Whereas before I sort of breezed through it. But anyway, I don't want to discourage you because it's not all bad.
right. Well, 17 years is pretty encouraging.
Mhm.
That's what I
Right.
think. And I think everyone is different, and I don't get hung up on what I hear people say necessarily. I'll keep it in the back of my mind, but
Yeah.
We're all
I
different.
just we're all different, and I just deal with what comes along.
That's
Yeah.
exactly. Mhm.
Was that I'm Still Allie?
No, it was that Rika Janice,
Mhm.
Reka Janice, Jan. She lives in she's a Texas girl and she's in the San Antonio area.
Okay. I mean, so I've been diagnosed since 2017. So next year it'll be 10 years. It used to be hard for me when I was physically exercising in Lancaster, Gail. You know how we had level 1 and level 2 classes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it would be hard for me to see the level 2s because I was very afraid. Um, yeah. But everybody's story is their own.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And I remember Sue saying something to me, everybody's situation is different, what they're doing is different, what they're trying is different. And that's why I think, Rogue is so hopeful, Dr. Mishley is so hopeful. If I was just doing what my neurologist said, and I love my neurologist, I feel like I finally have a good one. I would have a lot less hope than being with this group, figuring out supplements, changing my diet,
Yeah.
exercising, being active. I feel like, that gives me a ton of hope.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
thank you. You ladies are very, very encouraging.
Have you used Dr. Mishley's Pro PD app?
Yes, I have, and I keep telling myself the last few days, you need to redo the app because you haven't done it in several months. I haven't. And just to see, I guess, if there's any changes.
You're probably still really in the green.
Right. Yeah. Didn't you say one time, Kahea, that you were able to change your numbers on the Pro PD by
I was.
lifestyle changes?
Yes, from the beginning.
What did you do to make those changes?
What we're doing now, exercise, diet,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
supplement.
wasn't there didn't Claire one time say with its speaker, John Ball, like sometimes it kind of scares me when something kind of like goes down, like, okay, this is how it's going to be now.
Mm.
It's sad. And she said, he would have kind of experiences where, something kind of went bad for a little bit, but it got good again. And, that these,
That's right. Thank you for reminding me. I read his book. He said, and he even feels like his lifestyle, because he's being a runner, and the activity level, that he's caused himself to maybe just plateau out, which that's not a bad thing, right?
Mm.
So,
Status quo is good, I think.
do what?
Status quo is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, ladies. I'm glad I mentioned that. I'm sorry I didn't mean to take it away from coaching, but
no, that's
No, Billy, this is exactly what this phone call is. So that goes
that
for
is
you and anyone else on this phone call. Anything that you guys want to bring up, it's fair game. Don't have to apologize or anything for it.
Well, also, I expect to get better. I don't expect to progress. I expect to stay in the green.
I like that.
I love it.
Well, Dr. Mishley says, what is it? Positive reinforcement is 10%. Right or
Yep.
not? No. Use it. I'll take the 10%.
I mean, because if you could just constantly be having negative thoughts and with commentary going on in your head just from life, and then you add something else on top of it, you know what I mean?
Mm.
So, but for me, I feel like I'm constantly fighting against negative thoughts. Like if you see something or hear something, it's like, when it comes to the Parkinson's world, I mean, like, well, okay, is that something I'm going to have to be facing, or is that happening now, like you said, or no, and it's like, okay, you know what? I'm not worried about that right now. This is what I'm doing, and I'm doing great, and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and eating healthy and working in my flower beds, and
Mm.
you know,
it was interesting because a couple weeks ago I met a friend of a friend, and he has Parkinson's. He's only been diagnosed a couple years, but he didn't want anyone to know he had
Mhm.
Parkinson's. But I knew he had Parkinson's. And we were talking about what our future is going to be and where we might wind up living. And they were going to a retirement community. And I said, oh, that's a neat place. I might think about living there someday. I have Parkinson's, by the way. And he said, oh, I do too. So then we started talking, and his Parkinson's seemed pretty bad after only a couple years, but he wasn't exercising. He isn't watching what he eats. He doesn't, it's just I kind of felt so sad. was
Yeah.
kind of saying, well, I'm part of this gym and, it's really made a difference and I feel more hopeful. And he was like, oh, exercise. I can't find anything that I want to do or can do. And I was talking about, some of the dietary changes. And he said, I couldn't live without cheese. And I kind of thought, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So if you're not willing to do the work then don't expect to get better, right?
Or to like have no hope.
Yeah.
Is anybody going to the World Parkinson's Congress?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you'll feel better after that.
I think aren't in the whole road crew going, Maddie?
What? Sorry, Billy.
Is everyone from Rogue going this year?
Everyone is going except Catherine because she is supposed to be having the baby May 5th. So we thought, okay, maybe a little too close. But I believe everyone else is going. We got our flights already. We got an Airbnb. And then it's pretty much just we really want to get a group together. So we have a lot of in person and then a lot of online members going too. So we kind of chat every single time. In our team meetings on Wednesday, like kind of an idea. We know we want to do one night. And I think what we're thinking is potentially having everybody come to the Airbnb and either do like a catering, like a dinner kind of thing and hang out for a little bit. But we're trying to figure out logistics of a meetup. That's something that we definitely want to do. Obviously, we'll see each other at the conference itself, but kind of something outside at nighttime where we can all get together and chat and meet some of you guys in person this time too, which would be really cool. So I know that Claire will send out more information about that too as it's coming. But we've kind of put it on the a little bit because our entire parking lot is getting redone this month, and it's been a long time coming. Billy, you've seen our parking lot. Gail, you've seen our parking lot. It is a disaster. I always say if people can make it from the car to inside of Rogue, like you can do anything. You can do the cobblestones in Europe, like you are good to go. It's been constant battle of Claire with the city, with our landlord, everything. And so it's finally getting redone, and it's just very stressful because we don't know if we have to close Rogue or not. So Claire's mind is on that right now. And she's like, I haven't even thought of World Parkinson's Congress too much about it. But as we get more information, we'll let you guys know for sure.
I was worried because I know like the best money I ever spent in my entire life on anything was going to PT camp. That's where I met Claire. That's where I learned about the program. The World Congress seems worrisomely scientific, like all this presentation of papers. And I'm kind of like,
yes,
oh boy.
But they know that regular people with Parkinson's and their caregivers are coming. So there's stuff aimed at it's going to be explained well enough so that we can understand it.
When I went, I found lots of things that I really learned from and enjoyed.
Y'all take really good notes. So you can share them with us when you get back.
Yeah, well, one of the things we definitely want to do is, I don't know if it will be in these coaching calls, we'll probably summarize each, but I think we will do separate meetings where either Claire or a couple of us will actually log on and we'll do kind of big highlights from each talk or different things, like really key things that we learned and share it all to you guys. Because that's what we're here for, is to find all the information and give it all to you guys so you guys have as much of the research or current research that's about and everything. But yes, exactly what Gail is saying. That is the hopes, right? Sometimes some researchers and different neurologists and different doctors do a better job at explaining in layman's terms, but hopefully, yes, they bring all the research and then kind of talk about key points and are able to explain it. Because sometimes a lot of it goes over our heads too, and we're like, we don't even know what we just listened to.
Barbara, when and where did you go to the Congress? Oh, not Barbara. What's your name? Sandra.
I've got my iPad on here. I don't know how to get it off. I went to it when it was in Portland.
Oh, okay.
And that was, I don't know how many years ago. Quite a few. And the other thing I went to was the Power Retreat, where Gail goes.
Yeah.
And that's a motivator too. That's where I met Claire.
Yeah, that's where I met her too. Mm.
I know Billy's talked about kind of continuing the step challenge potentially for like another month. How does everyone else feel about it? Do we want to continue the step challenge and still aim for 7,000? So I feel like it's taken a little bit of time just to like get devices working, kind of get in a routine established for like the first like week or two. So I mean, that's why Claire and I talked that we wouldn't be opposed to continuing it. And we even said the same number, 7,000 is the goal. But how does everybody else feel about it?
Yeah, I will need extra time.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is kind of that baseline, right? We talked about like that's going to help us. And then hopefully each challenge we do, we're still incorporating those 7,000 steps, but maybe we work on intensity or type of exercise, how we're getting our steps and different things like that. We can switch it up. But I think this is a really good foundation for us to start, kind of lay the groundwork and then continue from there. Because we have it, let me look at my paper, till April 13th. So yeah, we could even go all the way until like the following May 13th, or for sure at the end until the rest of April. But I'll chat with Claire, let her know.
And do you guys all feel like you're drinking enough? I struggle with how much I'm drinking. I mean, I know I'm not drinking enough.
Yeah, like I'm on my second one of these today, and I really need to get like 3 or 4 of them in for sure.
Yeah, I used to be so good with having 2-quart jars that I would fill up in the morning with water, drink 1 quart before lunch and 1 after. I have not done that for a while. And I know I'm just taking sips of water, putting it down, So I do need to get more accurate with
Well,
that.
and Gail kind of inspired me because you had posted, Gail, about how you had realized that you hadn't drank enough. Or was it a few days back or a week ago or something?
Yeah, it was this week. I hadn't been drinking enough, and I fell like 3 times in a row, and it's like, wait a minute, I haven't been drinking. That's what my problem is. So I filled up my water glass and and I got my balance back.
So
Well,
you
I'm
think
just
that makes
impressed
a
that you
difference?
tracked and figured out what it was so quickly.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to fall now too. Maybe I should get drinking.
So Maddie, that's related, right? Hydration imbalance.
Yes, 100% for sure. Hydration with your blood pressure, right? It can make it really low. All that, you can feel dizzy, you can feel lightheaded, lose your balance, pass out, all that stuff. And in general, you're just gonna feel off. You're gonna maybe feel slower. You might have some headaches, just feel tired, all of that, just feel unsteady, off balance, all of those things. Yeah, hydration is super key. One of the things Claire and I have talked about is, yes, getting these physical challenges, right? Getting our steps in, intensity, whatever challenges we want to do, but also kind of more like a lifestyle challenges. We haven't really thought of like a specific name, but different things that we could do, right? That's diet, that's hydration. There's a lot of different factors. So we talked about potentially throwing in those lifestyle challenges with a physical challenge where it's something a little bit more simple that you can do every day. Like Claire talked about how like pollution is a big thing that's linked to potentially having the risk of developing Parkinson's or making Parkinson's symptoms worse. So something simple, not driving with your windows down and, having those windows rolled up would be a challenge on top of the physical challenge that we're doing. So kind of incorporating those or going back and forth between a physical challenge and more of like a lifestyle challenge. So that's something that we want to add in. So that could be something where we talk about like really big focus on hydration. You're getting your steps in and you're making sure you're going to be drinking this much of water each day. Something like that too, I think will be good.
I
Yeah.
do feel like my balance is a little bit more of a challenge. And I
Yeah.
felt like, Gail, when you said that about water, I thought, uh-oh, I know I'm not doing that.
I've started going backwards. What is it called? Repulsion or
Hmm. Yeah, where you're
That's
falling back.
repulsion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I can't get, so that scares me.
Is it mostly, Sandra, when like you're standing up from like a chair or something and then you feel like all that weight's going back, or is it when you're walking, or it's kind of just random moments?
Just standing around all of a sudden.
For me, it's when I'm just
Yeah.
standing.
Do you feel like you're getting enough water in, Sandra?
No, I think I'm not. Yeah,
It'd be interesting to see if that makes a difference.
yeah, I'm gonna try. For
Be
What
sure.
if
something for
we,
us to take notes on too.
what if, Maddie, what if we continued with the steps at least through April?
Hmm.
But since we're talking this extra habit, which shouldn't be too bad, what if we started that for April as well?
Yeah,
One
definitely.
habit and one challenge,
Yeah.
So
I don't
what's
know.
the amount of water we're supposed to get a day?
Yeah. So it's about so whatever your body weight is, it's supposed to be about half of that.
Whoa.
In ounces?
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of ounces.
Yeah, I won't be out of the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have to start a little bit, like to going from like one of these to I don't know what. I'll have to have something a little.
Yeah. You also don't want to go from like drinking a cup of water to, a ton of water all of a sudden, right? There's always that where it's like slowly. So generally like what we tell people is like kind of like a hydro jug or like a Stanley, like one of those big ones are generally about 40 ounces. That's like always a good starting point, a
Yeah.
good goal to go towards.
40 ounces is a good goal
Hmm.
if you
Yeah.
haven't been drinking a lot.
Yes, that's goal number one. Yeah. If you're like, I drink about a cup a day, then like I have a glass with me. Then that is a good goal to start with. But yeah, I like that, Janice. We'll continue kind of the step challenge and then try to get in more of a habit of staying hydrated and drinking more water.
Makes sense.
Are we all
April showers.
April showers? Yes. How does everybody feel about those two challenges going forward?
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then also with that hydration too, is getting plenty of electrolytes too in there, right? So there's a lot of different types of electrolytes out there. We usually do like Liquid IV here as the brand, or Hydrofy is a new brand that we're using because it has a lot less sugars in there as well too. But if you're having a lot of low blood pressure, or you're feeling really dizzy or lightheaded when you initially stand up or get out of bed, that you might need a little bit more electrolytes and not just water too. So kind of keep that in mind. And you can do, there's Pedialyte, there's Gatorade, but sometimes those brands do have a lot more sugar as well. So just kind of keeping that in mind with how much water.
What was the name of that thing you just said?
Hydrofy. Yep, I'll throw it in the chat. Let me just make sure I'm spelling it.
I
Hold
know
on.
back in the day, during at least one of Dr. Mishley's lectures, she liked Liquid IV. But if this
Yes.
is something new on the market with like
So that's Hydrofy, and then I'll write Liquid IV, and then there's one more in.
Here's one that I use. I get mine from Flav City,
Yes, that one's a popular one too.
and because there's no sugar.
Exactly. So Liquid IV is going to have the most sugar for sure. They have a low option. Forget how much is in that one, but
little packets like that.
yeah.
This one's a multi-flavored one. I mean, it's got lemon, lime, pineapple, coconut, but I drink at least one of these a day. And then this one's strawberry, and there's one that's watermelon.
I mean, do you like the flavor, Billy?
I really like it, and I've done the liquid IV a lot, but I like these better.
Oh,
I feel
wow.
like
And
they're a
and
little better for you.
what's the name on it? I can't read
It
it.
says Flav City.
And where did you
Flave
get that? The
City.
health food store?
No, I ordered it online. Flav City, FLAVCITY. Can you see it better now?
Yeah.
Here, I'll throw it in the chat too.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of these you can get on Amazon. Like, the Hydrify, the first one I put in, you can get on Amazon. That's where we order them. And Liquid IV, same thing. Any really grocery store, we like to get ours from Costco because it just comes in a bigger bundle. It's more bang for your buck. There's LMNT. Actually, we call it Element. This one is also a good one, but this one's going to have the most sodium for sure. So if you really have blood pressure problems where you're having really low blood pressure and you're almost to the point of like you're having like close to feeling like you're going to pass out, things like that, that one is the best one just because it has the most sodium, but it's just a kind of precautionary thing that one you definitely, if you've never used it, I'd probably recommend doing half the little pouch before going to the full one, just because it does have a ton of sodium.
What's the name of that one?
Element, but it's LMNT.
Okay, I knew I was not having enough sodium.
Okay.
So Dr. Mishley was telling me to salt stuff like crazy and
Yes, yeah. So Element's a big one. I like a lot of endurance athlete, like marathon runners are going to be using those ones. Just anybody who needs a ton of salt in, anyone who has low blood pressure, that's the biggest one. Their packets are like Billy showed hers, which is like a little bit longer, but these Element ones are probably half the size, and I forget how much it is, like 100 or something grams, something high in sodium. It's a lot. So I would say kind of start off with that, but we really like the Hydrify ones here just because they have less sugar. Liquid IV is still a great option. And then that Flav City, the one that Billy talked about too, I saw a bunch of things on there that they're really big on promoting because they don't have as much sugar as Liquid IV. But all are good options too. And there's a lot of good flavors now. When they first all came out, there wasn't too many, but
Yeah.
you can kind of try some different ones too. Yeah, but also another key, just since we were talking hydration, that getting those electrolytes in are really important for sure too. Another like natural way too is getting with coconut water. That's always great. And you can even start with like half water, half coconut water. You can dilute it down a little bit too, but coconut water is really good as another hydration tool. And I'll pass all this information off to Claire too about kind of our hydration, adding that into, so we can she'll send out some emails and probably send like this little sheet that we created for the step challenge. She'll probably create one too as well for kind of a water log checklist kind of thing. So
We'll be waterlogged.
Yes.
yeah.
It might affect our steps.
Yeah. You're like, hold on, I can't make it through the 15 minutes of power moves. I gotta go run the bathroom.
Have a built-in potty break.
Yeah. We did, I think sometime last year, for exercise of the month was water. So I don't know if you remember us, but we would be online always telling you guys, okay, water. We were trying to get you guys to drink as much water as possible too. So that was something that we were adding in classes, but that's always good to bring back as a good reminder too. I know we'll tell you guys, okay, well, halfway, round one done, like water break kind of thing, but also continuously reminding you guys in class as well. It's really important too, like obviously when it's cold, wherever you guys are at, it's a lot harder to drink that much water. Feel like, oh, I don't need as much, versus like in the summer months, right, when it is hot outside, that you're drinking a lot more water. But that's usually when like cases of dehydration happen, is when it actually is colder outside, because we're just not hydrating as much. Anything else? Any other comments or questions you wanted to bring up?
I have a question. Does
Yeah.
anybody else get curling toes when their meds are going off? No.
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Yeah.
And
It's really
Sandra, you do?
uncomfortable.
I have it in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't
I mean,
found anything that helps it.
But
I,
after I've taken my meds, I seem okay.
yeah, when I'm in bed, I think it happens at night, and I just reach down and grab my toes and pull them back.
Oh.
But yeah, that's
I get
I
a
feel
lot of leg cramps too, especially at night.
I get them in my arch, the arch of my foot on my
Yeah.
right side. It's
Mm,
kind of annoying, but
yeah.
Have you tried more magnesium?
Yeah, I haven't taken it lately, but it didn't seem to make any difference.
I also started using magnesium butter at night on my legs and feet.
Hmm. Yeah. Should try that again.
Yeah, I take 200 milligram magnesium glycinate. Is that right? I'll have to go get the bottle out. But that's supposed to be the one to take at night. It's supposed to help you with sleep and
Hmm.
muscle cramps, and I think it has several things that it helps you with. So
I'll try that. Yeah, I'm never sure which magnesium to get.
yeah, there's several.
Yeah.
Hey, do you take the pills plus you are putting on the butter as well at night, or you're just doing now the butter?
Oh, no, the supplement
Okay,
butter.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Take L-theanate.
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 Yeah,
Integrated therapies. We're supposed to take 3.
What is it?
L-theanate.
I think I take that one in the morning. Yeah, and then I take the glycinate one at night.
And also with the cramping, drinking more water is going to help. You're going to have less cramps. That's my spiel.
Also, no, I mentioned this once before, no one seemed impressed, but I got this from Novoso, and there are little pokey things on this. So it's supposed to work with your proprioceptors. So I step on them with the bare feet. But I start having a period of time where my toes are curling or the muscles are contracting in my feet. And I will do it for like half an hour. And it seems to disrupt the what's going on.
Yeah, that signal that's getting sent down. Nice. That's cool.
There you go,
Yeah.
Mary.
I like it.
Yeah, what is it? Where do you get those?
Nobou or SU. Nobosu.
Now, do they have insoles that are like that?
I think so. They have, I can't wear it. It's too intense on my feet though.
Okay.
I was
Yeah,
going to
they-
Spell it again, Kahea, if you don't mind.
Beg your pardon?
Would you mind spelling it again?
Nobosu.
Nobosu.
I like their products. Yeah. Not Naboso. I forgot I had it wrong. .com.
So it's N-A,
But it says here, I thought it was N-O.
Naboso.
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks like that would
And this one is this is the Neuro Ball.
Oh, thank you. Naboso.
Hopefully I got that right on my end. I threw it in the chat in case anybody needs it. Did I spell it right, Kahea?
I'm looking.
Naboso.
N-A, you have an E here. Oh, yes, you spelled it correctly.
Okay, perfect.
Girl ball.
Okay. Thanks for sharing that. Did you start right off the bat with 30 minutes or you slowly worked up to that time?
No, I
Like-
worked that time.
Okay.
And I move it around the bottom of my foot. So
yeah. Because I was gonna say sometimes that constant pressure is a little bit too much. Some people like it, but I think them moving back and forth is a little bit better. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, maybe I'm a wimp, but that that looked like that was going to be a big ow.
Well, you in control of it. You can put as much pressure as you want.
Yeah. Then you can even start seated too, Linda. Like you don't have to be standing. You can just and slowly roll back and forth and see how that feels. But Janice, the question about the insoles, they do make them, but yeah, generally speaking, it can be a lot. So they tell you to start like with only a couple minutes per day, but you always get those people that put it on for the whole day and they're like, that was the worst thing ever. And it's like, yeah, you wore it. Of course it was bad. Yeah. But yeah, slowly kind of incrementing and implementing it into your everyday is always good.
I want to say I remember listening to one of Jimmy Choi's post on Instagram for the toes curling that, have those toe separators that get put on your feet when you go to get a pedicure, that he puts that in his toes.
Yeah, they have a lot of those. And there's there's obviously the ones when you like a pedicure, but there's specific ones that are made like that physical therapists use. You could just look at them on Amazon and literally type in toe spreaders. And
well, that's another thing that's worked for me, the toe spreaders. When the toes are curling, you put the toes on.
Yeah.
Disrupt the pattern that's going on.
Exactly. Yeah. And those are intense. I haven't used the NeuroBall before. I've used something similar to that, but the toe spreaders definitely can be a lot. So same thing if you were to order those, like start with 5 minutes or less the first time you're using them. Do not overdo it because those muscles will be sore, that's for sure.
And they say to walk in them. Can you walk in your toe separators?
I don't know if walking is the right word, maybe like waddling a little bit. But normally I just have them on. I'm not moving around in them. But yeah, you definitely could walk around with them.
I've used Correct Toes. I put that in the chat.
Oh, perfect.
And those are good. And yes, you walk in them.
Yeah.
And usually you wear a pair of toe socks over them because it helps keep them on better.
Yeah.
Putting on toe socks is
yeah.
not easy, but Correct Toes, yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they are good.
And they're developed by a podiatrist.
Yes. Well, thank you guys. Any other questions before I stop our recording? Any other comments?
One comment.
Yeah.
Carrie said to say hi to everyone. She did well with her surgery. She has her second surgery coming up tomorrow to put in the battery pack.
Okay.
And she's doing well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the update, Janice.
Yes.
When you talk to her, please let us know. We're all thinking of her and hope she's doing well.
Yep.
Anything else? Any other comments or questions? No. Okay. I'm going to stop our recording here.